Welcome to Warpath, a Warpath tutorial video by me, Outlaw54. Let's get into it, and let me show you what I have in store for you today. Let's turn it off. Alright, so in today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about three things. And what the fuck? Discord. Shut the fuck up. Continue it. So in today's video, I will be discussing the best way to have either a tank or what I personally call a turtle build, which is what I use. So best thing to have for a turtle build is a good SH with good officers, artillery, two types of artillery, and an ATG or anti-tank gun, and then you have a fast-moving interceptor, is what I like to call them, where they intercept enemy units trying to attack your artillery units. SH, even though right now that they are fucking pieces of paper, are used to tank bases and stuff. I can't show you really mine right now, but either way, let's get into it. So the first thing you really want to do when starting the game is upgrading your walls to level 32. Upgrading your walls, your watchtowers, and your AA guns to level 32. This helps big because it unlocks the fortified walls, or what I call reinforced walls. Reinforced walls give you more HP, base damage resist, which is a very much needed component to survive, and base damage versus bombers. It also increases your watchtower firepower and watchtower and AA firepower. So first, I want to say 20 levels will go up by 1.5 mil. Once you reach level 20, your wall HP will just keep going up by 1, with the damage resist going up every 5 levels. And then at level 30, your damage resist will go up every 10 levels, as you can see from the chart. Same with, oh, nope, I thought, oh, no. It's not, I'm not gonna talk about that. But that's one key component to having a turtle base like mine. Now, another component that you also want to kind of do this, which ties into the next topic I will be talking about, is your VIP. Your VIP, you kind of want it to be where you're getting 3 gold officer statues, 3 components, camp coupons, and that's about it. With the VIP store unlocked, you kind of want to have it to where you have wrenches. You have 1,000 wrenches, the the army coupons, the camp coupons unlocked, the regular coupons, and that's basically about it for this. You want to have those unlocked because it's in key importance in upgrading your units. So there's basically four things you can do to upgrade the power of your unit. One of them is modifying them. Modifying them gives them attributes like sloped armor. Sloped armor gives my SH better damage resist. Also parts and wrenches. So like I have a gold plus part for my SH, basically all 5 things. But you see that, as you can see, this is this symbol. This is the wrenches symbol. So I get a 230% boost to my parts because I have my classic mechanic level at 95. You upgrade your classic mechanic level by using wrenches. As you can see, my next one for level 96 costs 22.6 wrenches. This is an important key because I'll show you my artillery unit. My artillery unit has modern mechanics. Now, modern mechanics is split into 2 systems, offensive and defensive. The defensive increases your HP boost and parts of bonus effects. And at level 20, you get you instantly get 18% bonuses for offensive and defensive. Now for my artillery unit, as you can see, my firepower has my classics has 260% firepower percentage and 195 firepower percent boost. And so I'm gonna leave it right there for that. But once you reach level 100, you instantly unlock the modern mechanics. Another attribute you can do is upgrading them. So I'm gonna go to my armory. So your armory, mine is a little bit different because I have mine's upgraded to level 32. You're gonna go to chest. Now, one thing I've found out within the 3 years I've played this game is stockpile your coupons. Cause stockpiling them for every Thursday, you will have an event where it's mostly using your coupons. You get resources for that, like I'm gonna go to it right now. I'm gonna go to arms race. Where are you? Daily arms race. Daily arms race. So like today's theme is rushes and build. Is rushes. Using building mashes, all that stuff. I'll get to the research later. Actually, no, jurisdiction would be easier to explain this. So, Thursdays, military training. It's 80 tickets to get all 3 of these, depending on what your research is, which I'm going to explain later, which is also another key component in getting rewards and upgrading faster. But I would not recommend upgrading really fast. I'd go at your own pace. See what works for you. Um, yeah, but each week you get, if you get to the end third box, which is worth 3,700 gold, I don't care about that. I care mostly about the gold, the components, the rushes, and the funds. Airlift commands, I'll put that in the back burner. But the first two boxes give you at least 6 5-star universal pieces, which if I go to my supplies, go to other, can be used if I have 50 of them to assemble one 5-star piece. This is how, and I'm going to go to my assembly, you combine them to make better units. Like I have a bomber, a Churchill at 7.2. If I have one more, I can create my B-42 bomber into a B-29 Super Fortress, which is at 7.8 star. Now, all units with these type of stars, or 8 stars is what we call them, are modern units. Modern units you get through disassembling 7.2 or 7.8, 7.2, and 7-star units. It varies between what unit you use. Like you go to your disassembly plant, go to disassemble, advanced disassembly. I'm going to click the tiger. This is a 7.2. As you can see, it gives me 12 Vanguard blueprints. I don't want to do that right now. But as you can see, for the 7-star, it gives you 4. Reason being is it takes longer to create a 7.8 star than it does to create a 7-star. The higher it is, the more resources you get. Now, I'm going to move on to my next topic, and that is my officers. So, officers go in order from what units you have. So, I'm going to go for a defensive build that I have. I choose for my SH Uncle Ivan because he's a tank officer. Now, you want to match up your units, your officers with your units. So, like, I have Uncle and Slavin with my SH because they're both tank officers and they specialize in defense. Defense is the key focus right now for my SH because, like I said, there hasn't really been any buffs to the defensive systems of SHs in the recent updates. So basically, it is like fucking paper. Now, Slavin has, once you reach level 5 on the skills, grants your troops a shield of 1,500 for 4 seconds. And if this officer is in a tank, it increased by 25%. He has Glacier Heaven, which increases the damage resist by 20, HP by 40 for Tenacious Spirit, and Cold Hearted. This officer deals 30% extra normal damage. But since I put him, this officer, once you're awakened, get all these max to 5, you awaken this skill, Frostbite. Now, the reason why I put him on an SH instead of an MBT is because of this. If this officer is in a super heavy tank troop, the skill grants an extra 30% damage resist. This can only be triggered once per battle, but when the HP drops below 20%, it gains a 50% damage resist for 10 seconds. Now for Uncle. Uncle grants me an additional 18,000 shield coefficient for 4 seconds, along with a 15% damage resist for 8. He reduces the normal attack damage of this officer, reduces the normal attack by it takes by 30%, and reduces the normal attack damage my base takes by 10% when garrisoned. Now, that is a bit huge buff because my base doesn't have a lot of HP. So, having that 10% damage resist reduction to normal attacks is good for me. And then I have you don't need to know about this, and then this one. When this officer troop attacks, he flips a coin every 4 seconds. If the coin lands facing up, it increases my damage by 10% and my resist by 10%. This effect can stack up to 2 times, and it ends when the troop leaves combat. Now for the Awaken skill, which I really love, is reduces the skill damage your base takes by 40%. 40%. I'm going to tell you that's a major thing because my next 2 officers I'm going to talk about for my artillery units, for my main arty, are the main ones everybody uses and are the most base killing type of officers to use on artillery. But it also increases my HP recovery rate by 5% when garrisoned. Now for my arty units. Antonia, you instantly get her at the beginning of the game. Now, her first skill is targets of precision bombing. And when this artillery chip is in a... I'm sorry, I'm having trouble speaking. Yeah. Sorry, I haven't spoken in a long time. Damage coefficient is 1,200, but also an extra damage skill damage by 25%. It increases the damage of officer troops by 25% when garrisoned. Another reason why I like her is she has all offensive. Increases the officer's artillery by 30%. Increases the skill damage of his officer by official troop by 25%. Now, you're wondering, well, Outlaw, what's so good about her? I'm getting to that. It's her passive skill whenever you awaken her. It increases the map grid by 1. And that is very important whenever you're in a turtle base because you see this metal line? That is my ATG. My ATG used to be what my rocket truck or Katyushas used to be. But ever since I upgraded to the modern, it became the artillery firing range. Now, the more range you have, the more likely you will hit enemy units. I'm gonna check something real quick. Little pause. What the fuck are these guys doing? Nobody has started that. Great. I'm just babysitting the CC burn, where I could be destroying GR0. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off. Alright. Back to my officer talk. Well, as I showed you, the more range you have for your units to hit, the more likely you will hit an artillery unit. but it's also the same when attacking. When you attack a unit, when you attack a unit, or a base, the farther away you are from your base, the less likely the base units are likely to lock on to that said unit. Like, I don't have any great footage of this shit or a good topic to talk about this, but early game, this is very important if you're going down this path to unlock Awaken Antonia first. Also give her to level 60. I'm going to talk about that when I get to Valkyrie. But my next officer, which is Aya Province, which is a Gen 3 officer, and is most compatible with Antonia due to his Awakened skill. Now, his tactical skill, Surgical Strike, deals damage to an enemy with a damage coefficient of 1,500 when in an artillery unit. Because he's a siege expertise, he's expert at leading troops to attack bases and other fortifications. He does 25% extra. Also, he reduces skill prep time by 12.5 at level 5. You start at 4%. Precision guided. This is the one you kind of want to upgrade first. Upgrading this because it increases the damage dealt by this officer troop by 32%. 32%. That is a major firepower boost when attacking fortifications, basically bases and stuff. And also increases the firepower of this artillery unit by 40% and increase it by an extra 10% when fighting outside of Alliance active territory. Now, his skill. His awakened skill. When in an artillery troop, increases skill damage dealt to bases. Bases. I'm going to repeat that. Bases. By 40%. Which is a major thing. It increases it majorly, and and deals heavy damage to bases who don't have resist. Now I'm going to talk about my 2 unawakened officers, including Stinger Fist, which is like Uncle. Stinger is a Gen 4 officer and was literally just released not more than 2 months ago. 2 or 3 months ago. Now I'm going to talk about Maestro. Maestro is an artillery field and skills officer. Nothing really special about his skills besides the fact that he stains targets. And this is one of the important skills you want to level up first. Each attack of his artillery troop stains the enemy, reducing the damage resist by 12%, by a total of 15%. For 6 seconds. If this target is already stained, another enemy troop within 1 map grid will be stained instead. This skill can be triggered once every 2 seconds. You want to do that, and then you also want to upgrade paint shells first. Then you want to upgrade chain reaction. Because, as I'm about to read, you'll see why. Deals skill damage to an enemy and sets them on fire if they are stained. So one skill stains, one skill stains, one skill sets them on fire. Damage dealt is 60. It's really low for me because it's level 3. But his awakened skill helps with that. When awakened, damage skill deals skill damage to an enemy. If the target is stained, all stained troops within one map grid of them are set on fire. Enemies on fire take damage every second for 4 seconds. And the damage coefficient is 200. This is extremely well with ATGs because ATGs are buffers and they like to be surrounded. However, Stinger Fist backs it up. Kinda has a nice combo with Maestro on an ATG. Reason being is because he's a garrison officer, along with artillery and attack. As his tactical skill is, he deals 25% extra damage when garrisoned. I want to talk about his special skill, Preemptive Attack. It causes the target troop to enter suppressed state, reducing the shield's target shields generated by 13% or 25 when maxed. It can be triggered every 8 seconds, which is good against SHs. And then this one, formidable defense. If you're wanting to go more towards base HP than base attack, you want to upgrade this skill first, which is what I'm doing right now with him after I do something with my air officers. I'm not going to talk about my air officers because literally only one of them is useful. The fuck. But for more formidable defense, increases the garrison officers garrison base whenever. Yeah. Okay. Let me restate that. Whenever the troop is garrisoned, it increases the base damage by 16% and my damage resist by 3. That's at level 3 though. At level 5, it increases it by 25% for the damage and resist by 5%. Now, Unstoppable Force increases my damage by another 20%. Now, Reign of Destruction. This is where it gets good. When awakened, deals damage to an enemy. If this officer is an artillery troop, the skill deals damage up to an additional 3 ground force troops within range. So Maestro does it if they are side by side and all stained. Stinger Fist does it any random 3 officers within range, and it deals an extra 25% damage when garrisoned. So imagine you're being attacked and you have him awakened and it lands a hit on our artillery unit because it's within range. That artillery unit could be destroyed in an instant if you have your ATG or artillery unit, whatever you have him on, fully stocked up or something. Okay. On to my next unit, which is my RT or Katusha. I have Argent Flame, which is also another garrison unit and artillery unit officer. Now, I'm gonna go over him because all of his skills, because I haven't looked. I was recommended to put him on my Katusha as captain by the wonderful Fubar. I will link his Fubar is a good player, and he gives excellent advice. I will link his channel down into the description, as he provides very good advice on officers and stuff. But Synergy Strike level 3. Well, I might say level 5, because this is just for reference. Fires an artillery shell at an enemy for 150 damage. If serving as troop captain, the skill also increases damage of its aid by 16%. Dug in. It's a protection skill. Increases the damage resist of this officer's troop by 12%. Rope a dope. Increases the damage of this officer's troop by 20% when garrisoned. Good thing to know. And I'll tell you why. Increases the firepower of this officer's artillery by 24%. That is firepower doctrine. Now, his awaken skill. Fires an artillery shell at an enemy for 150%. If this officer is in an artillery troop, his skill also damages up to 3 enemy ground force troops within 1 grid of the target. So he's like Maestro in a way, where he stains every target within 1 map grid. 1 target within 1 map grid of a stained target. However, this guy attacks 3 enemy ground troops within 1 map grid for an additional damage of 700. 20% less of each additional troop. If serving as troop captain, blah blah blah. Alright, that's him. A good officer to pair him with would be a Ruptor in a way. And I'm gonna go instantly to his awakened skill, is because he reduces the load time by 10%. 10%. I'm not gonna go any. Oh no, I'll go over this. Bunker Strike increases the damage of the troop when attacking fortifications by 25%. Yada yada yada. He's also a siege officer, and I'm gonna show you why he's good with a Katusha. Katushas have when first attacking, have small attack times. As you can see, I have an 8.5 mil Katusha. Small attack radius. As you can see, it takes about 2 seconds to initially fire the first shot. However, it's just the first shot. It takes probably, if you don't have a correct load officer or loading skills combined with it, it takes probably about 8 seconds. I'm gonna go into the info tab. Attributes. Load time 5.77 seconds. That, and when being attacked, loading your art units and firing at the enemy is the most important thing when defending your base. I cannot guarantee that. The highest priority is that load time. As you can see, the load time on this is very slow, rather than my artillery unit, which its load time is 2.78 seconds. Reason being is tech, and I'll get to tech in a moment. Now, officers. As you can see, I have all my officers that I've looked at so far have been awakened and at level 60. When you reach max level, you get an increase of 30% troop HP and 30% firepower. Rather, and I know it says captain, but that doesn't matter. It applies it either way. So, level 54 is 2727 for firepower and HP. I have my skills at level 2, 2 at level 3. Now, reason being, Valkyrie is a good person for the helicopter is because of her awaken skill. Whenever this troop's tank or helicopter troop attacks an enemy ground force troop, the attack has a 40% chance to inflict sundered armor on the target for 4 seconds, reducing the target's damage resist by 20%. Can be triggered once every 2 seconds. If the target has already inflicted the sunder armor, the skill instead deals damage to the target for an additional 200. Which is good against SHs or MBTs like tanks. And as you can see, passive skill, covert operation, it increases my officer's firepower by 9% and the speed by 2. But at max, 20% and 5%. Now for the 2 special skills. Precision strike. Whenever this officer's tank or helicopter troop, blah blah. Oh wait, no, that's a special skill. Okay, let's talk about this. Increases the damage by 15% if this officer is in a tank hunter or helicopter troop. This is the main skill that you want to focus, and decreases the load time of it by 5%. Pairs well with Rapier. Now this is another recommendation from Fubar. He said that Valkyrie at captain, Rapier at sub is a good combo, and I saw why. His awaken skill. Whenever the officer's tank or helicopter troop lands a critical strike with its normal attacks, it gains a 5% bonus damage for 8 seconds, can stack up to 5 times at max stacks. Their troop deals an additional skill damage whenever they land a critical strike, which is 4%. His skill his tactical skill increases the critical strike rate by 20%, which is good for a helicopter unit as they are mostly used for attacking at critical strikes. However, looking at this now, this guy is mostly used for a light tank. Reason being is this. If this officer is in a light tank, troop has its firepower increases by an extra 8%, so that had been an additional 20%, which meant this guy's tank, I'm slowly slipping on my words. An additional 50% damage, basically. And this lands a critical strike and no attacks against at 1% bonus. Basically, it's combining these two. Oh wait, no. The meld into shadows skill. Normal attacks launched by this officer deal 4% extra damage and have a 6% have a 20% chance to deal being a critical strike dealing 150% damage. I haven't upgraded him. I've been putting my helicopter on the back burner because I've been mostly focusing on my artillery units. And Blade Ring. I won't talk about him because highlights. Okay. What is... Oh, fuck that shit. I've been having a fucking tantrum. Everybody's having a fucking tantrum because we don't shoot a damn Kremlin. Oh well. Back to the tutorial. I'm gonna produce some more concrete though. I wonder if I should get pizza tonight. Alright, so on to tech. Now, you're wondering, Outlaw, what's the purpose of tech? Well, the purpose of tech, as you can see, I have 3 max out techs, and I have all 3 packages, or both 2 packages. I'm doing the 51 just for this month. I literally just started it yesterday. But for industry, whenever you're starting out, max out your industry. I'm not gonna tell you this one. I might only tell you this once. Max it out. Because it just helps you overall with collection speeds, production speeds, and tech research. That's all it does. It gives you an extra tech research, production speed, and collection speeds for all 3 resources. City honors. I'm gonna also pet peeve on this too. Do it. Once you get to level 2, C2 or level 2 city, you will unlock the city honors tab. Now city honors will cost you city contribution tokens, which I will go to show you right now. It's going to be in the others tab, and it's going to look like this. You get this from city and events like arms race or battle honors. And it's most importantly good to upgrade it to max, because whenever you get liberation, it increases your battle honors, grand showdown, and alliance arms race rewards by 200. It basically doubles everything. And each reserve, each thing, gives you more points. Like collection of steel, you get 50% more points. Production race, rush production things by 100%, yada yada yada. But another main thing is it unlocks more rewards, because I'm going to show you this. In the Daily's Arms Race, you got 3 tabs. Without upgrading the city honors, you will only get this first tab. But as you unlock more, you get more of this stuff. But it also unlocks advanced combat, which I'll get to in a bit once you unlock Iron Army. Now, for your military, it's the exact same thing. Do it each level. Max it out completely before you move on to your next level of research. I can't tell you that enough. I have made the mistake, a horrible mistake, of not maxing this out, and it hurt me. It hurt me a bunch. I had all this. I had this at 0. Or I had this at 1. I had all these at level 6. And that hurt me a bunch. Now I'm facing, whenever my troops go out, I have more firepower to protect myself. My artillery troops, because they lock on and they can instantly destroy troops within a matter of seconds, depending on the type. But maxing this out helps out in the long run, very much so. But back on topic, for the turtle build, you kind of want to focus in between these 3. Basic city defense you unlock when you reach city level 3. And I'm going to tell you, it is expensive. I mean, each one, it's not going to be like random bits and bobs. Like, these aren't going to be like random. They're all going to be equal for basic city defense. All 3 resources are going to be of the most equal value. Contribution coins are going to be on the slightly lower side until you get down here. Now, what's good for basic city defense is it increases your stuff like HP recovery, garrison recovery rate, AA damage, truck speed, base firepower, and your base HP. And then at the very end, it doesn't, which I'm kind of sad about, is because there's 2 tabs of recovery rate and only 1 tab of garrison damage. That is only 10%. So you get 20% recovery rate for all 3 classes of fucking speak. All 3 classes of units, and about only 10% of that goes to, another 10% goes to the garrison damage, which is kind of sad. But once you max that out, you unlock advanced city defense, which also increases your HP rate, firepower, truck speed, recovery, firepower, HP, firepower, recovery, HP, damage, recovery rate, damage. Alright, it does it even more, since this gives you an additional 20, it gives you 20%. It evens it out with the recovery rate, which I'm kind of sad about, because you get basically 40% recovery rate, 30% damage. Even though you increase your HP by 40. $30, 50%. Yeah, that's kind of sad. But then they've changed this. I believe it's 75 days. After 75 days, you unlock Ivan, Slavan, Eye of Providence, Stinger Fist, Maestra, Argent Flame, and I believe Rapier and Valkyrie. To be frank with you, I have no idea, because most of these that you're seeing are exclusive launch. Another good officer to put on here, if you're going MBT instead of SH like me, would be Steel Phoenix, because her special skill when awakened, this troop, whenever attacking the target, it recovers HP every 4 seconds, equal to 10% of the damage you dealt within 4 seconds, and then converts any excess HP to shield HP. So basically, it's like the vampire skill in vampiric skill in Diablo, where if you attack a enemy, you get HP back. But the shield cannot exceed 10% of the troop's max HP. She decreases the load time by 10% and increases the damage dealt by 15. Yada yada. She also lands a critical strike with its normal attacks, dealing 150% damage. And its critical damage for normal attacks is increased by extra 50. So she would be also good to pair up with any shield officer like Ivan. But the bad thing about her is you cannot upgrade her, because she is an exclusive lounge. I want to say that again, exclusive lounge officer, which means you can only get her statues from the lounge. I didn't mean to do that. Which means you get exclusive lounge, which is coming soon, which should be in about a couple weeks. You see, Battle Honors comes up tomorrow. I want to get all this. Nyamina. Nyamina. Also, Operation Spy Catcher is a great way to get your officer statues. Officer statues are what you use to upgrade your officer skills. Like, let's say, I'm gonna go with the one I'm currently doing now, Blade Wing. Upgrade. Statue exchange. So every officer one you have, I need 41 for this level 5 skill that I'm doing for Blade Wing. Each statue you have, you can attain from you can attain it from the Lucky Wheel, which I would highly recommend. VIP store, another thing, and not military honor unless you are a pay to win player. Because VIP, you get, since I'm level 15-3, I'm gonna do that to VIP 20. VIP 20 gives you 3 crates, and 3 coupons. Now you're gonna say, well, Outlaw, how do you get so many in a short amount of time? Reason being is Battle Honors. Battle Honors also gives you officer statues. I usually focus all my effort on Battle Honors. Battle Honors is a good way of getting EXP, doubling your XP, doubling your resources, and also doubling your statues. You can get each thing, you can double up to at least 6 if you max out all. If you max out all 6 items, you can get a total of 6 statues per day. So 6 times 7, that is 6 times 7, that is 42. 42 statues in total per week if you max it out. If you do it correctly and max out every single box per day, you can get a total of 42 statues for that Battle Honors week, plus an additional 3. So that's basically 9 times 7. You get basically 63 if you have your VIP at the right level. Yeah, if you have your VIP at level 14, you can get that max to, as I was saying, 63 statues per week. Per Battle Honors week. Whew. Timeout. Alright. Let me catch my breath real quick. Now I'm going to talk about what you should do research-wise. So, well, I've already talked to you about all this stuff. Basically the basics of basics. Now I'm going to talk to you about advanced combat. Advanced combat is split into 4 different tabs. You have infantry, tank, artillery, and plane. Now, for my turtle build, I have 3 artillery units. 3. So, I have the anti-tank gun, or ATG, the howitzers, or arty, and then I have the rocket launchers, or Katyushas. So you mainly want to go down this path first. Reason being is because it increases my ATG penetration damage by 30%. When there are no enemies within 2 grids of a howitzer, its firepower increases by 5%. And first reload is reduced by 1 second. Then there's the main skill, God of War. When an artillery attacks, there's a 10% that the next attack slow time will reduce by 40%. And that is for all 3. And it's good for base. I want to say base to base and base defense. Reason being is because you have things like this. Artillery load time reduction is at 5% when maxed. Howitzers and anti-tank gun speed 5%. Rocket HP, yeah, 5%. Or no, 10%. Wow, that increases it by 10%. Wow. Okay. And increases all artillery units training speed by 10%. It also increases your rear reserves capacity, which you want to have, and I'll show you why. Here are my reserves. My reserves capacity, you have an initial capacity of 500. At max reserve barracks, that means level 32 barracks, you get an additional 5,300. So that is 5,800. I'm not going to talk about tech right now because I'll go on that a bit. You also get a VIP bonus of 2,000. That's 7,800. You also have reserves recovery rate. Reserves barracks provide the majority of that with 560%. With also tech and VIP holding it up with another 185. And then academies. I won't talk about academies. You'll understand that in a minute. What does this guy want? I'm not going to talk about that, because that's a you problem and not a me problem. I have him with give me more repute so I can be on top of leaderboard. Also, you're wondering, hello, what the fuck are you in? I'm in Moscow. I am in a theater of conquest, or what I like to call a C4, City 4. Now, you get a monthly theater of conquest once you finish your C3s, or city level 3s. And they can vary depending, because there's two types. You have what I call classic conquest, which is before what I have. What the conquest I'm in is what I call restricted. Restricted conquest is places restricted on my units. As you can see, there is a restriction for silver. Now there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 8 tiers. 8 tiers of battlefields. Depending on how powerful your alliance is, you'll be either stuck in silver tier or in gold tier. Legendary tier is where it's no holds bar, gunfight, but you're organized to your shit. And I mean, you are organized. You know how to play, you know how to do it right. You're basically a pay-to-win whale. You're a fat boy with his $500 million bank account, spending $1 million a month on this game. Shit-ass game. As you can see, I'm in a Silver 2 restriction. This wasn't the case whenever I first started this. Classic Conquest has no restrictions, no surprise attacks. I don't believe so. I don't know if they have surprise attacks in Classic. I don't know. But you can also get at least 20 statues by going throughout this conquest, and two officers, one are huntsman and an Air Force officer, the Witcher. You get about 4, I want to say 100, I haven't spent any. You get 60. You get 60 tokens for the Witcher, and you get 20 tokens for the statues. And then you get, I'm guessing 40. No. 50 universal, 50 camp. And you also get statues by completing your missions, your conquest missions. You get 20 of them when you earn 40,000 repute, and another additional 10 for getting 25k enemy reserves. You also get an additional 10 when you hit 6 million statues, and also completing your either coalition or solo alliance objectives, like controlling the Kremlin. You get 2 and a gold token conquest cash, and you get 20k of that, along with 7 blue books, 20 rushes. But you also get gold. Gold is an important thing. I'm gonna tell you this. Gold is king for me, because I am a free-to-play / pay-to-win player. I pay a monthly budget of $10. Oh, you can also buy it from the battle stars for each conquest. Or buy it from this. Gold is king because in battle honors, I believe it starts every I want to say every Wednesday or Thursday. You get the lucky wheel. And you can spend gold to spin the lucky wheel. It costs, for the 5 times, cost about 6,750 gold. For the 1 times, it's about 1,500 for your third spin for the singles. You get a free spin each day, you have a chance to either get eight statues or one statue. And I would highly recommend it hoarding your gold to that point for the lucky wheel, because it is good to get statues from that. It is very important to get statues from that. Alright, my battle honors spend. Battle Pass also gives you rewards. Doesn't give you, it gives you 5, 10, so 15, 16, 17. It gives you 18 because these crates, you can select between refined components, refined Air Force components, or gold officer statues. I choose the statues because I have too much shit in components. I have 35. I have 35 air and 165 refined. I know, it's dog shit. Like, why the fuck do I not care about the refined? I don't fucking give a shit. But that's how you get more statues. On to the back of the topic. So once you get God of War, you increase that. I would then focus on tank. Because he says tank helicopters have a 5% damage chance of landing a critical strike when they're attacking, dealing under 50% damage. I don't really care about that. I mostly care about the land ships. Because whenever the HP falls below 10%, they gain 50% damage resist for 2 seconds. Can trigger every 10 seconds. But also, training speed is fucking very happy because I'm gonna do something stupid. I'm gonna remove and also deploy. So I can show you this. Yeah, it's slow as shit to train my SH. Very slow as shit. When I still have shit, I mean, what the fuck is annoying this? Wall builder. Alright. Yep. Alright. So, you have Advanced Combat and Modern War. Modern War. I started doing this a little bit. But ally rockets, each time a rocket launcher troop fires, its load time is reduced by 0.2 seconds up to 0.4 seconds until its next first reload. And then every 3 shots, Hell's troops gains 50% firepower boost for 4 seconds. And then anti-tank gun penetrates enemy armor, gains a 5% firepower boost, can stack up to 3 times. And then hypersonic missiles. Yes. Artillery troops gain a 5% bonus to damage and damage resist. Artillery troops gain a bonus to damage and damage resist based on their current HP. The higher the HP, the higher the bonus, up to 10%. And that is with the that at level 7. I like to max things out a bit. Training speed also, yeah. Good, we have that. Oh, this. What Modern War does, it adds the ability to upgrade your base. Artillery garrison damage, upgrade by 20. A fire base firepower, 10 for base firepower. Base HP by additional 10%. Also that and that. And then artillery garrison recovery speed by additional 20%? Yeah, 20%. Holy shit. And then training speed by additional 10%. Yada. Is there... Base damage resist versus artillery. Yes. It increases the base damage resist versus artillery by 10%. Yes. Give me this shit. I'll be right back. I gotta take a piss. Now you're probably wondering, why is it such importance? It increases your artillery power and damage resist and firepower whenever inside your thing. And what I would do, mostly, is go for your artillery, then your tank, and then for bombers and shit, I would do your planes. Planes because, yeah, that increases that, but I'd do stealth fighters. Because when a fighter plane troop is not moving, gains 4% bonus damage every 5 seconds, can stack up to 3. Also, and that, it also changes the icon of your troop. Like for my artillery unit, you have 12.4, and it looks kind of golden. Whenever you max out your modern warfare, it turns into a blazing fucking icon like it's on fire or something, or somebody lit a firecracker on it under its ass. And I'm also going to show you something that I figured out. So this is my artillery, and this is my ATG. I'm going to hit go. Fuck, no. I just want these two. Go. Or go. As you can see, my artillery unit, my howitzers are faster than my ATG. I don't want that. I actually want the opposite. I want neither the opposite nor that. I want to where my artillery unit and my ATG are at the same pace. And the reason to do that is so that my ATG or my artillery unit doesn't get picked off like a fucking son of a bitch by a fucking single pounder bomber. And I don't even think I'm fucking done. I think I'm fucking done ranting right now. Or, oh yeah. Wait, no. Hold on. One more thing. Let me cook. Alright. So, yeah. Another thing is increasing your barracks. As you can see, 2 out of my 3 artillery units are at level 32. This one's at 29 because I put it on the back burner. Reason being, it was a medium tank before I realized how powerful the ATG was. And my SH was also put on the back burner, as well as because I was focusing more on an offensive build last year, until I realized I was getting more kills by doing a defensive James, what the fuck are you doing? I don't need that belt. Brother, I need these built. Reason being is because we want the blockhouse, which opens in a day and 8 hours, and the arms factory, ooh papa, which opens in 24 hours. But yeah, upgrading your barracks, it gets costly. I'm gonna tell you that. Best way to do this is go to high concentration, like in C. I would just farm in C3s and try to get go to max level farmifications, because at level 7, no, that's not good. That's not good because that one's been farmed. So it's that one. This one has a bit farmed. As you can see, for a level 7 oil field, it's 2.16 million oil. I'm gonna look for a level 8 farm. Nope. Please give me one that has max. Not that one either. Right. Yeah. That one's been shipped out. Fuck. Oh, wait. Here's the max one. 2.4. For level 8, it's 2.4 million resources. So, the higher you go, I want to see something. Let me see if I can't find yellow. Nope, that's been used. 2.27. And I believe level 10 is about 3.2 million. I got research that. I'll probably have a text right here. I don't fucking know. But yeah, no. The more higher resources you get, the more fast you can upgrade your shit. But it also requires material cost, which, as you can see, I'm dipping a little bit in the red with my asphalt. That's fine. I can make that up within about a day of rushes. But yeah. Other than that, I'd focus on either getting 1 fighter pilot or 2 fighter pilots, and not a Liberty bomber. Because right now I have the weakest shitters of officers for Air Force. I've mostly focused my shit on my ground troops and on 1 air unit so far. But other than that, I think this will be it for today's video. If you do enjoy the video, please hit this like button or the sub. And if you want to see more tutorials like this, please hit that sub button and the like button as well. Other than that, I will see you in the next video, which will probably be talking about attackers or interceptors, yeah. Alright. How the fuck do I stop? How the fuck do I stop recording? I think it was F7. Oh. Here we go. Oh.